Day 5 of telling the darkest wilderness mystery from all 50 states. Today we have California. A hike down the Yosemite Falls Trail didn't scream comfort to 30-year-old George Penka, but when he did this, he would be with his church group, and so he at least knew that he'd be safe. Or so he thought. And this is actually one of the most haunting things about his disappearance. He wasn't alone. He had about 20 other pairs of eyes he trusted well to keep him away from any danger that might present itself. And yet, after 4 days of an incredibly extensive search, there wasn't a single trace of him. Absolutely nothing that could even begin to answer the question, what happened to George Penka? From everything I've seen, George was an ordinary guy. He was 30 years old, he lived in Los Angeles, and he was a happy, social person who enjoyed the community of those in his church. Now, he wasn't an experienced hiker, but he jumped at the opportunity to see one of America's most beautiful and famous national parks. The official story is that George vanished during the second part of the hike in June of 2011, when the group was walking down the trail, each kind of at their own pace, after turning around not long before. But when everyone was gathered at the end of the hike, George was nowhere to be seen. No one knew what had happened. No one knew where he might have gone. It was as if he'd just kind of slipped out of sight momentarily and then vanished. The search party that ensued included 140 people, helicopters, ground crews, tracking dogs, but nothing was found. No body, no sign of a struggle. The how of his disappearance was a complete and utter mystery, but the truly horrifying part was the why. There's no record of George struggling with mental health. He wasn't in debt, and there's no reason to believe he had any contention with anyone on the trail that day. There was no smoking gun, not even a little nugget of information about George's personal life that could have possibly led to a theory. George had, in pretty much the plainest meaning of the word, disappeared, and to this day, nobody knows the truth.